Hey, welcome to your Capricorn horoscopes for the first week of October, the 1st through the 7th. We continue to have Pluto in a grand trine throughout most of the week. That grand trine continues with Uranus as well as Neptune. Not Neptune, I'm so sorry. Mercury until about Wednesday or Thursday, and then it finally breaks up as Mercury moves out of Libra. We still have a trine. We are still in a trine with Uranus, which is actually a grand sextile when you add Neptune into it as well. So a lot of really good stuff there. But we also continue to be in a square with Mars. Completely forgot the planet's name, even though I've been talking about it for about an hour now. We are still in a square with Mars, which becomes a T square as the moon moves into opposition with Pluto right at the end of the week. So it's a small challenge that amplifies into a much bigger challenge right on Saturday at the end of the week. This challenge starts off, Mars focuses on career, Pluto's focuses on the past. This is really you're putting a lot of energy into your career goals right now. Don't make the same mistakes you made in the past, because chances are they're not going to work again this time. When the moon comes into opposition with Pluto later on in the week, at the end of the week, this sort of adds an element of your finances into this problem. So it's basically showing you that making the same mistakes that you've made in the past is definitely going to affect your financial security, because that's what the moon really is all about. But let's talk about these other aspects that are going to be able to help you through this process, specifically this grand trine that continues with Mercury and Uranus. Uranus continues to be focused on your day-to-day schedule, although there is an element of those you love kind of playing into it as well. Well, Mercury continues to focus on your career goals. So basically, while you may have a challenge with your career goals, there's also a lot of really good energy going towards your career goals as well. Basically, the more level-headed you are, the more successful you're going to be. When emotions get involved, that becomes a problem. When something hits your money is your emotions. That's what Capricorn really is all about. So you don't want to panic until you know there's something to panic over, okay? So no premature panicking until there's a really good reason to do it. And even then, panicking gets you nowhere, right? You got to come up with solution. You got to stay level-headed. That's why we have Capricorns in the world, right? Because somebody has to be the one to say, hey, people, stop getting crazy, okay? And just, let's just fix this, right? That's your job. I get that nobody is perfect, but you guys are about as close as you can get to that, I'm sure. With Pluto's grand sextile with Uranus and Neptune, Neptune is in a very interesting place right now, as her focus is clearly on the mind and how the mind works. And Neptune is the planet of intuition. So Capricorns tend to be pretty logical people. If it makes sense, great. If it doesn't, they don't want it. And intuition doesn't make any sense. However, it is necessary. It really adds the pieces that you didn't think about before, the magical parts of the process. Without the magical parts of the process just isn't complete. And if you're worrying about how the process is going to go, your intuition is going to be blocked, because a lot of intuition comes through in a first thought process, so to speak. So you don't want to block all that magic that needs to go into your plans in order to make them what you want to make them, if that makes sense. So yes, lots of stuff going on. Yes, a little bit of challenge there, which you guys haven't really had a lot of challenges in a while. So you're kind of due just a little bit. But the good news is that Mars is moving on, and chances are this challenge will be a thing of the past by the end of next week. So you guys will be back to smooth sailing everything's sort of working in your favor instead of aspects that are working against you, if that makes sense. So continue with those brilliant plans, you guys. You know, I've got a lot of faith that they're going to be something just absolutely wonderful for you and the world. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do click the link in the description and send me a coffee. I would appreciate it. If you're listening rather than viewing, that's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic. Also check out heavymetalpsychic.com. It's going to be a completely different website in a couple of weeks. You might as well go check it out. Reacclimate yourself to it before it changes into something even more awesome than it already is. I'm Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you guys next week. In the meantime, kick some butt this week, like you always do. And I will see you next week. Make it a good one, you guys.